All right, YouTube, we have an important announcement coming out of Latin America that I wanted to discuss with all of you today, and it concerns the country of Bolivia in South America. The former Bolivian president who served as the interim president of Bolivia, who was responsible for the 2019 coup that ousted the social democratic president of Bolivia, that was the democratically elected leader of that country, Evo Morales. And she is now on trial for that coup, as well as crimes that she committed against innocent civilians while in office. Jeanine Anez is now facing anywhere from 10 to 12 years in prison for crimes against humanity, genocide, and probably a whole host of other charges. Crimes of breach of duty and acts against the Constitution, you name it. And her paving herself to the presidency, obviously with the help of the fucking CIA. Obviously, this definitely has CIA roots, because in all honesty, wherever there's a coup in Latin America or the Caribbean, it's got CIA, U.S. Zionist ties all over it. No question in my mind about that. So she's facing charges, and her trial was suspended for some time due to COVID, and now the trial has begun, and according to this article that was released a couple days ago, the trial has officially began. She will testify at a woman's prison about the coup, and she's appearing as the defendant in the case. Obviously the defendant of the case, because she's the perpetrator and she's the instigator and she's a genocidal maniac and a psychopath and a horrible person and a murderer and a tyrant. And she's a right-wing backed coup monger backed by the U.S. and backed by the CIA. U.S. government, CIA, you name it. I'm happy for the people of Bolivia. I'm very happy about the fact that the scumbag is on trial and is in prison and is away from any position of power, because she's a horrible person. And we know very well about Jeanine Anez and her crimes against humanity. She's a Bible-thumping, right-wing fucking nut job. Like, she's every bad thing in the book. She's literally like Jair Bolsonaro. She's literally like Jair Bolsonaro. She's the female version of Jair Bolsonaro. It makes me wonder why this woman is not Jair Bolsonaro's fucking wife, in all honesty. And she's responsible for 2 incidences of political violence in Bolivia: the Sacabada massacre and the Sencata massacre, where she gave police forces free rein to use force against protesters and leftists and Evo Morales followers and supporters. She has removed criminal liability for these people. So yeah, and now she's in prison and suffering all kinds of abuse and everything else and harsh treatment in prison. And there's so much fucking sympathy over this woman, which makes me which just baffles me. It literally is a classic sympathy for criminals again. This is literally what it comes down to. So this fucking scumbag literally led massacres against pro-Evo Morales supporters and protesters against her regime. Now she's crying wolf, and her fucking supporters are crying wolf, and the Biden administration is also crying wolf over it. So with her ouster, now there is an Evo Morales ally on office by the name of Luis Acri. I think that's how you pronounce his name, RK or Arcri, I think. So, do I have any sympathy for this woman? You can file that one under fuckno.com/who gives a shit. Because I quite frankly do not give a fuck what kind of treatment she suffers in prison. She's a despicable human being. She's a tyrant. And she's every bad thing in the book. I mean, what is there to say about her? And everyone's acting like, oh my God, her time in preventative detention is politically motivated, and because she's under detention, preventative detention on charges of terrorism, sedition, and people are saying it's a political persecution, and all this other bullshit. It's just unfucking believable. So yes, a right-wing genocidal fucking maniac backed by the CIA, literally a fucking stooge of the U.S. government. It was a stooge of Donald Trump at the time. The Donald Trump administration propped up this lady, propped her up to oust Evo Morales in Bolivia, because the U.S. has had beef with Evo Morales for years, because Evo Morales wasn't fucking Team USA. He had close ties with Russia, China, Iran, Venezuela, other U.S. adversaries. The U.S. and CIA couldn't take it, so we were doing everything we could to try to oust Evo Morales. I mean, this is history. I mean, this is what the CIA has been doing in Latin America and the Caribbean for decades, and I, as an American, stand against it and am opposed to it, and I'm going to call it out at every turn. And I'm going to call this fucking bitch out at every turn. So, no. Her persecution, if you want to call it, more like prosecution, is not politically motivated, because she's getting what she deserves. The charges that she is facing are legitimate. She did, in fact, incite massacres against civilians, against other political opponents. There's a word for that. It's called genocide. She's genocidal. She's genocidal. So no, I have no sympathy for this fucking woman. She deserves every bad thing coming her way. She's a coup monger, much like Juan Guaido is in Venezuela. Much like him. A right-wing CIA-backed puppet, Juan Guaido, trying to oust Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela, because he's a right-wing backed puppet that the CIA is trying to prop up and trying to oust the Maduro regime. Because we don't like them. Oh, obviously because we don't like them, because all these leaders support Russia over Ukraine and all this other stupid bullshit. So yeah, this is history, people. This is what's going on here. This is exactly what's going on here. Now, these right-wing SJWs, which is exactly what they are throwing a temper tantrum. They would not be saying this if it was some leftist leader who was facing the same exact charges. Could you imagine if this was a communist, or if it was a leftist leader? Oh my God, the right wing would be saying, oh yeah, fuck her, yeah, ew, she should be in prison. It's like, the right wing is the biggest bunch of fucking hypocrites I've ever seen. And it's for reasons like this. It's reasons like this as to why I do not take the right wing seriously. This is the reason why. It's because the right wing loves fucking authoritarianism. They love dictators. They love right wing dictators. They shill for Jeanine Anez. They shill for Jair Bolsonaro. To some extent, they shill over fucking Vladimir Putin. So what does this tell? It tells you all you need to know about the right wing, that they're a bunch of hypocrites, and they will support coups against democratically elected leaders to prop up dictators and authoritarian right-wing governments, much like Jeanine Anez, much like Jair Bolsonaro in Brazil, and many others. So this is what it all comes down to. And she's getting everything that she deserves. She had no sympathy. She showed no mercy for her political opponents that she massacred and brutalized on a daily basis while she was interim president. And I use the fucking air quotes, interim president, loosely. Because it was obvious that this coup against Evo Morales was ignited by her. She was probably getting aid and funds, probably by Jair Bolsonaro's regime, probably definitely by the CIA. Unquestioned, no doubt about it. No, not a shred of doubt in my mind about that. This is what happens when you trust the CIA. You trust the CIA to give you money and give you funds. This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen to your country. This is what's going to happen, and I, as an American, call out this shit because it's fucking shit. Because our foreign policy around the world is fucking shit. It was fucking shit under Trump when this was all going on. And under Biden, it really isn't any better. Obviously, it's not any better. So no, I personally don't give two rats' asses what happens to this fucking bitch. I don't care if they hang her upside down in prison. I could give two shits less because it wouldn't be anything less than what she deserves. I do not care what kind of treatment that she faces because she deserves everything she gets. She did worse things than what she is facing right now in prison. All of the massacres that she's committed, all the acts of brutality and authoritarianism and repression that she has committed against her leftist opponents. And then everyone's like, oh yeah, her decline in mental and physical well-being was observed during her detention. Yeah, who fucking gives a rat's ass? Okay, who gives a rat's ass? Good. Oh, she attempted to commit suicide. Oh my God. Well, you know what? I wish it was successful, in all honesty. And I don't give a fuck. I don't care how unloving that sounds. I don't care how unloving or brutal that sounds. It's like, if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck, okay? Because you know what? She's a fucking coward. She was trying to commit suicide while in prison because she knows that she's probably going to spend decades in prison for what she did. So she's a fucking coward, and she's trying to take the easy way out instead of answering for her crimes. Fuck her. Fuck everything about her and her fucking regime. Fuck Jeanine Anez. Okay? I wish her fucking suicide attempt was successful. And I don't give a fuck how unloving or how brutal that sounds. I wish she did. Part of me wishes that she fucking suicided herself. Part of me does wish she fucking did it. I wish she fucking did. I wish it was successful. She showed no mercy to her victims. Why should I give a fuck about her? Why should anyone with any common sense or decency give a fuck about her or how she feels? She didn't care about the innocent Bolivian civilians that she brutalized and massacred. She didn't give a shit about them. She didn't care about all the people that she destroyed the lives of. She didn't care with her coup mongering and her massacres and her repression and everything else. And corruption and all other crimes that she committed. The biggest crime of all, killing people, murdering people. That's what she did. The next Alberto Fujimori, literally. That's what she is. And anyone expects me to have sympathy for her? No, I don't give a shit what they do with her in prison. I hope they do the worst to her. I hope they fucking hang her upside down. I hope they crucify her in prison and hang her fucking upside down with her legs tied up to the ceiling like this. And dangle her head into a fucking into a fucking pot of boiling water. I could literally give two shits less. I couldn't care less what happens to Jeanine Anez. She deserves everything she gets. So no, fuck her. This is a day of justice. This is a day of justice. And I hope that the courts of Bolivia will give her the sentence that she deserves. I don't care if it's 10 years, 12 years, whatever. Just throw her behind fucking prison bars and throw away the goddamn key. Throw away the key. Throw her in prison the rest of her fucking life. Maybe when she's in prison. Maybe if she is in prison for all these years. Maybe before she goes to prison, maybe she will suicide herself in prison. And then guess what? The world will be better off without her. One less piece of shit in this world. So the day that this fucking woman drops like a doornail, dead as a doornail, it'll be a good day. It'll be a good day for the people of Brazil. It'll be a good Bolivia. It'll be a good day for the people of Bolivia. It'll be a good day for Evo Morales, who had to flee the country fearing his own life because of this fucking woman. It'll be a good day for his supporters, his family. It'll be a good day for humanity in general. But it won't be a good day for the right wing because the right wing is getting defeated. The right wing is literally getting defeated every single place they go. So no, I could give two shits less what happens to this fucking woman. I wish that this happened in this country. Why isn't George W. fucking Bush facing these kinds of charges in this country? Why aren't all these war criminals that are governing this country, why don't they face these kinds of charges? Oh yeah, that's right. Because America, you got the power, you can get away with it. Fuck these people. Okay? Trump is facing charges for his criminal act. Let's hope that is successful. One can only hope. And one can only hope that this scumbag piece of shit is locked up for the rest of her fucking life, or at least for decades on end. Because everything she gets in prison, everything that she gets beyond is nothing less than what she deserves. My thoughts are with the people of Bolivia at this critical time. My thoughts are with them, and it's a good thing that they got a better leader in there. I mean, I don't know how Luis Acri is as a president. I'm not so sure, but I'm personally not sure. I don't know that much about him, but he can't be any worse than what this woman was. Cannot be any worse, let me tell you. Can't be any worse than what this woman has fucking rained on the people of Bolivia. It literally couldn't be any worse. Like, RK, I think that's how you pronounce his name. But let's just hope that he does well, and well, one can only hope that, but apparently he had a great amount of success combating COVID in Bolivia, which was a good thing. It seems like he's good on diplomacy and a lot of different things. I mean, he inherited a mess. See, look at what Luis RK inherited. Look at what he inherited. A genocidal maniac literally running the joint, ousting their former democratically elected leader, Evo Morales. I mean, look at what this guy has to deal with. Look at what this guy has to deal with. So, I wish him well. I wish the people of Bolivia well. And I wish nothing but the worst for Jeanine Anez. May she get fucked, and may the worst come her way. And everything she gets, she deserves. Fuck her and fuck everything about her. Like, legit. Like, literally. The worst, I hope the worst comes her way. Because she deserves every bad thing. She deserves every bad thing coming her way. She really, truly, and honestly does. This is what the right wing does in power. This is why Cuba locks up right-wing protesters. And this is why people turn around and they bitch and moan that Cuba's locking people up. Cuba's locking potential right-wingers up like this fucking woman to prevent something like that, a repeat episode of this, from happening in their own country. Can't say I blame them. Can't say I blame them. Cuba and Venezuela might have their own problems, but hey, you know what? Yeah, look at what they're trying to prevent. They're trying to repeat a repeat episode of a genocidal maniac, idiotic, lunatic regime circulating in their country like is going on, like what happened in Bolivia and what's happening in Brazil currently. So, with that, yes. And with that, Jeanine Anez and all these other right-wing scumbags can get fucked. Fuck every single one of them. And my thoughts are with the innocent civilians caught in the crossfire. But, like I said, Jeanine Anez, I can't stress that enough. Fuck her, fuck everything about her, and I wish nothing but the worst for her. I have no sympathy for her, and may she get fucked. She can get fucked for all I care. She can suicide herself for all I fucking care. They can hang her on top of the ceiling and literally do fucking pigeon. They can literally hang her up the side of the ceiling like a fucking pigeon with her head dangling over a tank of hungry sharks for all I give a shit. Fuck her. Fuck every single thing about her. This is the right-wing regimes of the world in a nutshell. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here, but I wanted to uncover this very important event that the media, of course, will not tell you about. That is my patriotic duty as an American to report the news, digest the news, and cover it for you guys, and tell the truth about all these things, because this is the truth of the matters, and this is what the CIA has been doing throughout Latin America and the Caribbean, which I, as an American, condemn in the sharpest terms. And Jeanine Anez, I condemn in the strongest terms. Fuck her. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for listening. I'll be back with more videos, more content, a whole bunch of other stuff in the works. Stay tuned to find out more videos on the way. This is Zach, the Celtics guy, saying thank you for watching. See you all again in the next stream, video premiere. My thoughts with the people of Bolivia and with the civilians of South America and beyond. And I wish nothing but the worst for people like Jeanine Anez and people like her. Fuck her. She can rot in fucking hell for all I care. Because if there is a hell, she will definitely be in it. And let's just hope that they will put her behind bars for a very, very, very long time and make sure that she never has any position to hold or run for public office in Bolivia or in any other part of the world ever again. Because until that day happens, because when that day does happen, that's the only day that there will be justice in this story. Peace out.